So we're gonna test the differences between the two lav mics, and I wanted to go outside and test them, and then also, I bought a cool leather jacket, and it is like the end of March. My leather jacket days are numbered, right? Like I'm running out of time to wear them before the season changes and it gets too hot. It's 60 degrees out. But I'm gonna go outside with the leather jacket because the last time I did a leather jacket review, insert leather jacket review video right now. The last time I did some like leather jacket reviews, it was inside the house like right now, and it looks, I'm not gonna use a curse word. It just looks boring, right? Like who wants to watch a guy inside of his house talk about leather jackets? I mean, really, who probably wants to watch a guy talk about leather jackets at all? But whatever. I'm gonna go walk around my neighborhood with a untanned white leather jacket. And I'm gonna talk to myself on a camera. It's gonna be really awesome and people are gonna look at me funny. Cool, let's do that. This jacket is from Master Supply Company. You have seen me do videos about Master Supply Company jackets. I own 4 jackets technically from Master Supply Company, although the first 2 that I bought, due to some positive weight changes, I can no longer wear those jackets because I'm swimming in them. So then I went out and bought a couple of other new jackets that were custom. This jacket is not custom. This is off the shelf. This is an off the shelf XL size. Their stuff, their jackets tend to run a little small. Hi, this is Future Editing Joey. I want to make a correction about a comment that I made about the Asian sizing. There is such a thing. I don't think that that is an inappropriate statement, by the way. There is such a thing. If you go on Amazon and you buy clothes that are manufactured in like China, they will literally say that this is like a Chinese medium versus a US medium. So I had inferred in this video, which I'm probably going to insert it right in the section that I said this, I had inferred that because the manufacturing process happens in Pakistan, that there may be some impact of Asian sizing. Apparently, I did speak with the Master Supply Company team. They corrected me and said that is not the case. Their jackets do run small. So they acknowledge, they admit, that's part of their design structure, that their jackets do tend to run a little bit smaller than what we would assume in a US sizes. But all of that design, all of that is done with their design work in their design shop in Canada. So that is done intentionally. The sizes are not modified. There's not a design function that's happening offshore or in Pakistan or in some other manufacturing hub. Basically, what I'm saying is that they design this stuff in Canada. It is intentional design. This is not the design itself is not outsourced. The material is not outsourced. None of that is like, they're not just being like, cool, I'm just going to order a jacket in Pakistan and then ship it to you in America. That's not what's happening. They're actually doing all of the design, all of the structure, all of the specifications, and then the manufacturing component is done in Pakistan. So that is something that I wanted to clarify, and I certainly didn't want to give the impression that these jackets is just, some random third party just making a jacket, they're slapping a brand on it and then calling it and throwing it out the door. That's not happening here. Although, I formulated that small opinion when I was a lot larger. So you tell me the difference between a 4X and a 5X. I couldn't really tell you. I mean, they could because they're size charts, but I couldn't, especially when you exceed a 5XL. But I would say that their sizes are fairly consistent. Once you get into like an XL at large range, I probably, for this jacket, could fit into a large. But just to be on the safe side, I ordered an XL, give myself a little bit of room. Plus, if you're wearing a leather jacket, you're probably going to wear a sweater. So, you're not going to walk around on a sunny day with 60 degrees out wearing a leather jacket, unless you're me, because you're going to do a video on it too. As I've mentioned, I have purchased jackets from Master Supply Company in the past. They're really kind of known for their trucker style jackets, but in leather. And this isn't quite a trucker style design, and I'm going to have to start intersecting other video here because I'm going to have to show the whole jacket. This is more of a chore coat style. The difference between a trucker and a chore coat, a trucker style jacket is usually what you would imagine to be a denim jacket. I've done other videos about that in the past. A chore coat, you don't have matching pockets. So this pocket, and you notice on this side, there is no pocket. That's classic chore coat. So this thing has more of a chore coat vibe than a trucker style. The other thing is that the pockets are all entirely exterior, and again, I'm gonna have to do a B-roll shot, but this is the more traditional, sort of like westerny, cowboy, trucker cut style jacket, which I think is a slightly classier vibe. I'm not gonna use the word criticism, but I have mentioned frustrations with the Master Supply Company leather coats that sometimes, especially when you first get the coat, the leather is a little stiff around the buttons, and buttoning the coats can be a little hard. That problem exists for this jacket. I would say that this leather jacket, in general, the leather is quite stiff, so I'm finding reasons to wear it and to just walk around in it and to bend my arms in it and just to kind of get it more, I should say, less stiff. And I would say I've worn it about 4 times since I got it, and it is working. It's getting a little less stiff and it's fitting a little bit better, but it is definitely a stiff jacket. This is Editing Joey, and I mentioned several times in the video that I planned on reaching out to the Master Supply Company team to maybe get some clarification on a couple of items, and sure enough, after I did the rough cut of the video, I sent them a copy of it, and they did actually respond back fairly quickly and provided me some additional information. So because I got their response back before I published the video, I am re-editing the video with some of the information they provided, but there's no natural way to do it, so I'm just gonna cut it in various points where I'm talking. For instance, I make a comment about the buttons in how they're stiff, and that is typical of the trucker style jackets that I've purchased from Master Supply Company and this field jacket. They responded and said, you're absolutely right. They do that on purpose because if they cut the buttonholes or the button slots looser, it would become a mess over time as the buttons really wore it down. So they intentionally make them a little bit tighter. They intentionally allow the jacket to sort of wear in, so you get a better fit and the buttons have better, I guess, a tactile or a tightness over the duration and life of the jacket. The buttons are intended to be stiff, and they will soften up and they will get more malleable over time. And I did experience that with my previous jackets, with my previous, my Gold Rush and my Cardinal jacket. Let's talk about the white leather, or the untreated or natural leather. There's definitely some imperfections in the leather. It's not one consistent color, which I think is a good thing. My opinion is this is a good thing. You want something that looks worn and beat up, and I think that's like their whole vibe. This is Editing Joey once again, and I've made a comment a couple of times in this video about the pigmentation of the jacket and some rough spots, and I made a comment earlier in the video where I said I think that they purposely do some kind of technique to prematurely age or sort of like give a patina to the jacket. And apparently with this natural field jacket, they don't do that at all. In fact, they are actively steering away from that. So that is a technique they have used in previous models and in previous designs. But with this natural cowhide, naturally tanned leather, or I shouldn't say naturally tanned, veg-tanned cowhide leather, they are purposely not treating it. It will get a natural patina over time. It will look different. Again, I don't want to use the term imperfections, but the jacket is sort of designed to kind of age naturally. It'll get more of a coppery tone as it ages over the years. So we're clear. No pigments, no fillers, no artificial patina or of any sort. This particular jacket is designed to age naturally, and I know that I'm in for the ride. I'm excited to see how this thing ages over the years, and I'll take you along on that journey over the years, because what else am I going to vlog about? If you look at the coat, there's definitely some spots. I don't know if they touch the leather up. There's something that happens with like the patina of the coat after 6 months. They do something to treat it, to sort of like kind of like get the patina look a little bit sooner, which is fine. This coat is supposed to look worn in supposed to look kind of heirloom. I think that's the intention, and I think they have a leathering process that helps that concept along. So as it looks today, it will likely not look in 6 months from now. So when I'm ready to wear this coat in the winter, when the winter actually rises in 7 months from now, and fingers crossed, 7 months from now, I'm still the same weight or smaller. Hope I don't gain weight. But I'm gonna try to wear this thing as much as humanly possible until the weather completely changes. Also barring we're about to enter April. It's not the wisest idea to be wearing a leather jacket in April because you're probably gonna ruin it with water and rain. Another thing that I noticed on the tags for this jacket that I have not seen on previous coats that I've purchased from Master Supply Company is they were very careful and very specific in the tags to say, if you cut these tags off, you better be careful about, like, try this thing on with minimum arm movement. Don't put wrinkles in it if you want to return it. So I don't know if it is because it is more of an untreated, untanned leather, if it shows a lot of imperfections and ripples. I'm suspecting that is going to be the case. So that could be a thing. And again, I think with this jacket, one must embrace the concept of imperfection. And, you know, that's kind of why I bought it. So I guess there's a part of me that was expecting the leather to have more of an inconsistent color in some ways. So there'd like be more elements of like tan or like a dustiness to it and like some kind of like swirls. I was kind of expecting that, so like it really kind of looked, for lack of a better term, sort of like prematurely dirtied or something like that, and it didn't. Most of it is sort of like a pristine white, but you can see little sections of it that has more of a tannish hue. And I don't know if it's because it's some kind of treatment of some sort. I will likely share this video with the guys from Master Supply Company. I guess, like, I don't know them per se, but I've had communications with them because I've purchased custom leather jackets from them, especially when I was larger. So I have some kind of communication with them, and they've been extremely nice, and I will give them a total shout out for that. And I've mentioned this in other videos about Master Supply Company leather jackets. The dudes are really nice. They're really good guys. And if you're a bigger person and you can't go into a store and just buy a leather jacket, they will make you a custom jacket based on your size. So that's really cool. And I recommend, if you are a bigger person, to give them a shout. But also go to a tailor and get measured in centimeters. I will be eternally grateful to those dudes for making that option known to me and not charging me extra to have custom jackets made. And I'm very fortunate right now that I'm in a position where I don't need to necessarily ask for a custom sizing, but they're also open to custom designs, which is also kind of awesome, to be honest with you. Might have to revisit my red leather jacket days, although my friend T, she was thoroughly disgusted with me with the idea of purchasing a leather jacket, and I really never got to use or wear that leather jacket in any way. I basically bought it at the end of winter, and by the time it was ready to wear, the red leather jacket, I had gotten smaller. That was called the Cardinal, by the way, if you're looking on their website. I'm still holding on to those. Not that I'm hoping that I get fat again, but I'm holding on to them just in case. I've been really good about giving my clothes away and donating, but there's sort of a sentimental value to them, I suppose. I don't know how I feel about white leather jackets, but I'm getting comfortable to the idea. It was really more the idea that it was untanned and more of a natural was what made me gravitate towards this design. And also I do like the chore coat cut to it versus the trucker cut. I thought it was kind of unique and interesting, and it does look cool, and it's very soft. Per my wife, she was like, the minute I got it out of the bag, she's like, let me feel that. So it is very, very, it is softer than the other two most recent jackets that I purchased from them. It's a softer leather, and I don't know if that's a result of the lack of chemicals or tanning process or not, but it feels softer. You know, if you're from an Italian family, I'm sure you probably know somebody who has a white leather couch. Kind of feels like a white leather couch in your old South Philly auntie's house. Yeah. This is a work in progress, this jacket, for me. I clearly need to wear it more. I need to break it in. It needs to be broken in, and I need to decide how I ultimately feel about it, I think it's a cool look. And like I said, I probably have about 30 days before it gets way too hot to wear it for the season. Probably less than 30. And when you factor in rain of April, probably have even less time. Yeah, I'm gonna go back in the house and shoot some B-roll with this jacket. And then we'll go from there. Also wish me luck on the lavalier mic. Talk to you all later.